Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite show from the Sportsway. We're going to talk all cricket for the next 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to bring you the live action from all the seasons stats, all the seasons gossips, and everything IPL. So let's get started. We have Kunal, Oval, and Gautam with us. And this is your favorite host, Saravanan here, who's going to host them on a very gossiping session. All right. So let's get started on the favorite talk of the season, the successful RCB's challenge to the title. So let's not start about RCB alone. Let's talk about what these guys want to hear on a full detailed note. Kunal, what do you think the season was about?
Uh, for RCB, I think the main problem with RCB over the years had been their bowling lineup. But this season, ticking all their boxes, be it at their batting front or their all-rounders or their bowling lineup, the team has been phenomenal in this season. And the way they performed last night was simply stupendous. The way Patidar and Dinesh Karthik thrash bowlers all around the park, and the way they backed themselves in the final 3 overs of the bowling performance. So it was really heartening to see and how they performed. And yes, so that's how the season has been marvelous.
What do you think about LSG? I mean, these guys didn't give up, but I thought many of them played a bit slow than what was expected of them. Oh, well, do you think they could have sped up a bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. See, LSG has been a side which has been my favorite, apart from Rajasthan. But the thing is, there was a segment where they let down Ayush Badoni, who could be the man to watch out for in the last few matches of the innings. But I don't know where they lagged, where the management thought that keeping Ayush Badoni out would be a more surgical kind of thing. But the thing looks for me is that a kind of bowling department they had. They were leaking runs, though they had Avesh Khan as one of the prominent bowlers. Many of the foreigners were kept out of the playing 11. But I think that they should have been more confined and concise towards the middle order. Just because Deepak Hooda might be one of the great for the team and also Krunal also. But the thing is, you need to have a solid middle order. Is it not?
All right, sounds convincing, but openers also didn't play their part. I mean, LSE has been successful when they bat first, not when they were chasing. So I don't know if people didn't handle pressure well or if they didn't plan their tactics well, but it's for the next season to see. What do you think of the two new teams and the players that have been unearthed? Gautam, I have known for some time that you've been advocate of new players. So what do you think of this season?
I would personally say our 10 team IPL has another lot of new players. Starting from Ayush Badoni to the Patidar yesterday, no one would know a name like Patidar. Like, he trashed the world's best bowlers yesterday. So it was an innings which Virat Kohli was amazed to see. So I guess even though the viewership was on the downer side because CSK and Mumbai didn't play well, but 10 team IPL gave us a lot of opportunities for newer players.
Talking about 10 teams, many people felt that it was a bit drag. And yeah, I mean, on a brighter note, we found a lot of talents which we would have never seen in the 8 team IPL. But don't you guys feel that it was a drag, or do you guys feel it was amazing to see? A quick response, anyone?
So, yeah, taking it forward. So in this season also, each team played 14 matches. But the way the IPL was structured, I would say it was really interesting to see. Cause teams getting divided into two groups and a team getting a chance to play with the other group's team twice if they are of the same competence. So I would say they try to make the IPL really interesting. And as far as this drag of the IPL is concerned, I wouldn't say that because the viewership of IPL dropped, but it's not because of the reason of the length of the matches, the length of the season. So I don't think so because cricket is a religion in India, and all know that. So yeah.
All right. So, I mean, let's talk about this season. I mean, performance have been galore. We saw almost like 3 centuries from Joe's Butler alone. And David Warner scored amazing 50s, though he was not in the top five run scorers. We saw that KL Rahul, as usual, retaining his top form. Also, Chahal was a surprise to see in the top bowling spot. I mean, spinners getting in, Kulcha in special. So, what do you guys think about the individual performances that happened? Let's start. Oval.
Joss Butler, man, how can I talk about him? I have no words for him basically because apart from Kohli, Butler could do that. Who has a weaker front foot also. It's tremendous to see him, to be honest. And what looks for me in terms of David Warner, one thing that I noticed was that many of the foreigners did not perform well in the first and the second match. See Warner, see Michel Mars, and many others. But the thing was, Warner has got James Hope, has got Watson, has got Ricky Bai. Alongside him, he will perform because there is, I would say, a masala kind of masala that you get around that surroundings. I would rather say. And apart from this, Chahal will always be my T20 bowler. Any situation, 4 overs, yes, I'll give him any day. Let's talk about the other guy, Ashwin and all. They have been the supporting roles for Chahal. That's why Chahal is on 26, I guess.
Gautam?
I would rather say IPL has brought a lot of foreign players to form. I guess the World Cup we should be very much afraid of them because you have almost brought even David Warner to form who was struggling in the test circuits. And Sagar, he has got his revenge on RCB, right? How can one team just not get him for 6 goals or even not retain him and they retained Siraj? That was a very controversial call from RCB side. Yeah, they have had Vasaranga this time, but letting off Chagal go is a no-brainer. It's not a very good tactical move by RCB, and so he proved them wrong actually.
Talking about losing people on menial lemons, we lost Trent Bolt and ended up with a bowling lineup which was not so great in the few matches.
Yeah.
Kunal, what do you say?
Uh, Definitely, this IPL has provided a platform to many foreign players to perform. And as rightly mentioned by Gautam, many players had come into form and they are a threat to India in World Cup, coming World Cup too. And moreover, the performance of the Indian mainstay in this IPL has been a cause of concern for us also. Be it Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ishan Kishan, and many others. So yeah, this has been a topsy-turvy IPL for me, and definitely I would say these are the matches which franchises really test their players, their bench strength, and definitely the people gonna come out of this and be at their best in the coming time. So yeah,
Okay. I mean, do you guys believe there is a second chance when you get in life? If you haven't, or if you got, or if you don't believe, just look at the man who was doing commentary in World Cup to making his way to the World Cup squad soon. Dinesh Karthik has proved everybody wrong. What a performance, yaar. Gautam, do you believe that you can come out of something like being in commentary, coming back to the grounds and smashing the bowlers all around?
I mean, like, look at this player. Like, his strike rate and he has smashed the world's best bowlers in the recent matches. And even when a Kohli struggled and Fab struggled in the recent matches, but DK has done a tremendous job. I've always known DK to be a very good ground player. Like, no one can hit the gaps like how he does. So it doesn't surprise me, but to come back at the age of 36 is very astonishing, to be very honest.
There are many players who are struggling even in their early 30s, but DK proved everybody wrong. I mean, this
Do
is
you saw the
literally.
Twitter tweet, right? When he replied to Rohit Sharma in Instagram,
Huh.
I am not over
yeah,
Sam.
See,
He proved
see,
it.
I think there is a clutch going on in the DK's department. Yesterday I was watching the match. I was thinking that he has made 9 out of 11 bowls. This is gonna be the match where he is gonna be going down. He's not fearing any bouncers. He is not fearing any yorkers. What has happened is this bat speed flow, and the other thing is the grip of the bat. What I have personally seen, and the thing is, he is covering up with the balls very quickly. That is not tired. He has a very young ABD look like, is it not? And the thing is, DK is in a zone where he can smash any of the bowler right now.
Yes. And the other thing that we have unearthed is two amazing spin talents coming back to form. I mean, literally, these two guys are on top. Kunal, I guess your spin department comes into play here. You've always been advocate of Chahal and Kuldeep. What do you get out of it?
Definitely, definitely. The way they were struck out of the Indian lineup. So it was definitely a season for them to prove. And surely they have proved themselves. And the highlight of Jadeja and Ashwin. So it's become really important for them to showcase their skills, their varieties in the bowling. So definitely they have proved themselves, and it has become, I would say, a tension for the selectors to to have them in the team lineup for the World Cup. So yeah, so let's see how the things pan out.
All right, talking about Jadeja, and let's talk some gossip. Do you really think CSK has something going on? This is something that we saw with Raina. Now Jadeja, again the same set of events.
I guess this time
Gautam, yours.
they have booked all the rooms with the balcony this time. I guess.
See, this is not the thing. Let me tell you what I personally think is Jadeja has been given the role, the bigger role of the franchisee who has not seen any of the other man apart from Dhoni. So there comes a change, there comes a big turning point also. So what for me was Jadeja, maybe a bit of nervousness, maybe a bit of what he
Okay,
has
let's
not
not
done
talk
before.
about his performances. Like, what happened? Why did CSK unfollow him? I'm pretty sure it's not because they didn't give a balcony.
I guess like
Maybe.
the thing is that MSG was very clear in his view that he has told Jaddu 6 months before that he is going to captain the upcoming season. And in spite of this thing, Jaddu was not. It was very uncharacteristic of CSK's way of happening, doing things. Like MSD always has a structural approach, and he believes in process. Moreover, I don't see him removing a captain that soon after a single season failure. So it was issues was handled in a very uncharacteristic way in which CSK performs.
Let's
I
see
guess
what
that's the issue
happens.
there.
Gossips are always brewing around the team. Last year it was Raina, this year it is Jadeja. Let's see what happens. And previously there was a spark issue, I guess. Let's see what happens. And before we wind up for today, there is one topic that every cricket fan is going on discussing about right now. The form of the two superstars of India, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. What is happening to these cricketers, man? Imagine, I mean, Rohit Sharma was scoring hundreds after hundreds in 2019 World Cup. Look at him now struggling. And Virat Kohli, I have no words. I mean, what do you get out of it? What do you think these players should do? Oval.
Uh, it's just the flow of the game. It's just a saturation point that has come. I guess it's just a saturation point that has come. A change, a bit of change is needed right now. Nothing big, nothing much more to do. Just because they have name of legends, they have that tag, the big tag of themselves. So I don't think so. They need any big thing to change. But see next year, I give assurance to you that we're gonna see something good.
Kunal?
Yeah, definitely. It's just an off season, and the batsmen with such big stretchers, it's it's just a matter of time where they'll be right in their grooves and smashing bowlers. So we can't question the legacy which they have built. So definitely they're gonna perform at their best in coming months and in the coming season.
So, I mean, you both agreed, but I think Gautam's going to disagree. I saw him smiling when you were speaking. So, let's hear it from the guy.
Like you might be saying Virat has a lifetime credit for Indian cricket team. That's very true. He has performed excellently well in the last 6 years, and we have been thinking like, does this man even has a season where he's off form? But even if law of averages has caught up with him, it's been a pretty prolonged lean patch. I guess that guy should have some rest before he comes up with the World Cup. Because without Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, I guess it's very difficult for us to have the hand on that coveted trophy.
All right. So today, Bangalore is taking on Rajasthan Royals to book their seat in the finals. Who do you guys back today, or who do you think is going to come out as victorious? I mean, apart from the left hand bowling that most players struggle and Bolt picking up early wickets, let's make a prediction that you guys feel. Prediction, guys, not your favorites. Come on, Kunal.
The best cricketing team will come to the final.
This is not fair. I mean, you don't bring diplomacy into this. Come on, we need an answer.
So, according to me, I would say, uh, being having the orange and the purple cap holder in the same team, and having other players performing to the best. So, I would say Rajasthan has a upper hand in this match, and they have a high chances of making it to the finals.
Okay, Oval.
I would go the other way around. E Sala Cup naam de. Let's go with that. Why not? RCB this side. So I think that this time Virat Kohli is gonna fire. I hope.
Gautam. Only two teams allowed. Pick
I
one.
would say RRS and upper hand over RCB. Like RCB surprised themselves in the semi-finals yesterday, to be very honest. So I would say RRS going all the way.
RR is going all the way. But yeah, okay, finally, my inputs. I guess RCP has finally had their team all sorted, and I backed them up to get the trophy. I don't know my prediction. Let it come true, because this is a team that they never had, where they have a good bowling, they have a ample batting in the top. Ample, I'd say. But let's see, let's not get our hopes high also. But if RCB wins, it is a huge treat, not just for the Bangalore fans, but for the entire cricketing fraternity for Virat to get a cup finally. So
Yeah.
let's see. See you
Definitely.
soon after the match gets over. Guys, let's be back. We'll see who's playing who in the finals. Let's discuss what's going to happen and more gossips brewing. Thank you, Gautam. Thank you, Oval. Thank you, Kunal. See you in the next episode. See you, guys.
Okay. Bye.